Hey, what's going on, man? The acceleration is a celebration. Now, what's going on, though? So, to all the watchers, everybody that's watching, man, you feel me? You see the acceleration in the weather. There's no denying this, all right? Now, you see, now it's the East Coast. Just watch. Watch the storms. Well, it's going to be. If it ain't, it's going to be Florida, the East Coast, all of the West Coast states. All this shit, man, they gonna be getting pounded by angry seas, man. Just like they say. So, they told us that this flooding event, right? Flooding event. Flood, right? They told us, even though, we know something's going on, they told us as the object passes the Earth, it will affect the gravitational pull, right? And this will result in messing up the Earth's turbulent, right? The ocean way, the turbulent in the ocean waves. All this shit messing up the precipitation, all of this shit, all of what you see now, right? With like you see the severe thunderstorms and shit. They tell us that all of the East Coast states and Florida and all these different places gonna be getting pounded by angry seas. You know what I'm saying? So don't be surprised that this be one of our most active hurricane seasons ever recorded on record, like ever. And I'm talking about to make motherfucking Hurricane Trina look like shit. Yeah, that's what's so crazy, man. I feel bad for them, all them people down there, man. The whole, see what they say when they say the Gulf Coast states, all of the Gulf Coast states, and all, including the whole East Coast state. I feel bad for all those people, man. They don't know what's coming. Well, not even what's coming, but what's happening. They don't know, man. A lot of motherfuckers just living life and, which they ain't wrong about, but shit, I'd rather know what I'm up against than, not know shit. But yeah, man, look at Florida now. You see, at first it was Texas. Y'all see that shit? All the windows, they gonna try to make this seem like a norm. This is not a norm. This is not a norm, man. Y'all see all the windows blowing out downtown in the buildings and shit. They have severe flood. Now, since when in Texas is having severe flooding? You remember, Texas is known for droughting at certain times of the year. But see, they even told us that, though, right? Right? They even told us that. They told us where it was once droughting, it would be flooding, right? Because of the merge in the weather, like the high precipitation shit that I was talking about earlier. Where it's now they say the more prolonged droughts, right? Which this is right here. We watching this. Shit is crazy. They say the more prolonged droughts and period of severe rainfall will no longer be the exception. They say they will be the rule. Consequently, global weather patterns will reverse themselves. And where there was rain, there will be drought, vice versa. So that's what you're seeing with Texas, the whole state of Texas, like certain parts, they having all this severe flood and rain and all these thunderstorms. How? Texas is known for fucking droughts and shit at certain times of the year. Lakes drying up and shit like that. But now, they having exactly what they said. Where and then the other places where it was droughting that is raining that, like Texas, and then other places where it was raining that it's droughting that, like it's acceleration. I don't know if y'all see it, but everything that you seen last year, everything, including all of the severe thunderstorms and tornadoes, it has accelerated. I don't know if y'all see that, but everything has like increased. The tornadoes. This how they know about. Man, look, man, they know about this hurricane season, man. This motherfucker gonna start pretty early. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna start pretty early, and it's gonna be dangerous as hell. It's gonna be sad, man. I ain't gonna dangerous ain't even the word, man. It's gonna be sad. This shit gonna be sad, man. You know, because a lot of people ain't just got the money or got cars and shit to just get up and leave. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about now. The best time to be getting up out of that shit is now, because they already warning y'all. I mean, I don't know if y'all listening, but this is going to be one of the most activists. I don't know if you know, but El Nino is down south now, so they say. You know, I don't believe in none of that shit. But this is going to be one of the most activists. And the ocean's heated up like that. The best time to leave down there is now. Because once you try to come July, August and shit, when that shit get to happening, because this is what everybody seem to do, which I don't understand, is wait to the last minute, and now you got the highways, freeways and shit, back roads, all this shit packed with cars. So now when the water come and shit, everybody on the street, motherfuckers on the street trying to evacuate. It's gonna be so much life lost from that shit. You've been better off, because if you leaving within the last 72 hours to motherfucking, and I'm talking about from Louisiana, Texas, all them different places, they giving y'all, they come and give y'all, oh, we got a such and such coming on, it's gonna make landfall. Man, do y'all know how people are gonna be trying to get up out that motherfucker? It's gonna be sad. They telling you now. I'm talking about, you can go Google this now, man. This is information is open. It's like open record. You can go look this shit up right now. They telling y'all the whole, you know, I'm not down there. So I'm saying y'all, motherfucker, because they letting you know, right, that the whole fucking East Coast, all of the Gulf Coast states is going to be devastated. And if you don't know this, look at what just happened to Houston with them fucking tornadoes. Look at that. Now, think this is a game. You're going to witness shit you never seen. Tornadoes is literally going to touch down in populated areas, like real live cities. I just told y'all this when I was just talking on this motherfucker last time. I just said this. There's this, the shit that we seeing now is way different than 10, 20 years ago, man, to where the tornadoes don't even touch down in populated areas or inner cities and shit. Motherfucking tornado was going down Cicero in Chicago, so fuck what don't happen. We can't say what we don't know. We don't know the path these motherfuckers gonna take once they touch ground. We don't know that. So look at all the windows and shit, all them buildings in here. That has never happened. I'm talking about, you gonna look up any year with the weather, Houston, they probably got a hurricane or some flood water, but look, I'm talking about all the windows blown out and shit. Build half size of buildings gone and shit. Like, y'all ain't never seen no shit like that. And this ain't nothing. This is just a little bit of what you gonna witness. It's like I just told you, they literally said that all the East Coast states and shit, right? They right? They said the motherfucker gonna be ground to pieces by angry seas. So I'm thinking storms and shit, hurricanes, shit like that, things of that nature. Because right now, right, we watching that shit crazy, man. I ain't even trying to scare nobody, but this is exactly what they say, man, right? They say California gonna be gone. That's fucked up, man. No bullshit. They said tidal waves will assault the coastline. High hurricane force winds will erode the coast. They said California will be completely gone. And this ain't no shit that's gonna happen 10, 20 years from now. This is things that is happening now. So all this this shit is happening now. So if you don't see it, just turn on your fucking daily news and look at the severe thunderstorms and shit that's plaguing the land. All down in the south, all overseas, everywhere. It ain't even just here. They get on the news, so, oh, it's gonna rain for 10 days and shit. It been raining. It's been thunderstorm. Texas, literally, if you look, certain parts of Texas just had been raining in severe thunderstorm for like 2 months, a month and a half, and ain't nobody even. It rains, true enough. In Houston, it be raining like a motherfucker, but I'm talking about the floods and shit. None of y'all watching that shit, but hopefully y'all catch on, man. But anyway, this shit is crazy, man. They say rivers will flood into areas within 20 miles of rivers. They said you should avoid 20 within 20 miles of every river. Then they go on and tell you that the fucking forest fires caused by fucking lightning will spread throughout the region. And I don't know if y'all see the fucking the lightning. Like, the lightning is crazy too, man. Thousands of lightning bolts and shit. This shit is crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The whole thing is crazy, like, because there's so much information that's coming out now about this shit. Like, we ain't even got time. This shit is so crazy. We don't even have 10 years. that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I was trying to explain to everybody on TikTok last time. Like, we might not even have like 10 years because we going into our 10-year solar maximum cycle. How we gonna make it through that? You get what I'm saying? Like, if we already had 9, 10 X flares go off, right now we at the end of solar minimum. You tell me how solar maximum gonna look. These motherfuckers is frightened. I'm telling you, all the scientists, look at how many meteorologists, I told y'all, these motherfuckers gonna be popping up out of nowhere. All these meteorologists and shit, self-made and shit, popping up out of nowhere. Women, men, all these different people. Yeah, I know. They had the storms and shit. But, a lot of people ain't gonna listen, man. Like I said, till it hit home. It's gonna take for it to have to hit home. Like, motherfuckers gonna have to witness this shit in order to understand what's taking place with the weather. Because right now, y'all don't see this shit. Everybody's so busy talking about P. Diddy, all this and that. And then ask yourself about that shit. Like, they really, like the book, one of these books say, the mass media was gonna be spreading disinformation. Ask yourself, how the fuck is they just now letting out a video, right? A video from fucking 8 years ago. Then not only that, because they didn't find that video in that man's house. That was a video from a hotel. You think this motherfucker went to the hotel? You know how many people you got? I do maintenance. So do you know, fam, how you got to get obtain a video from a hotel? Do this shit make sense to y'all? Like, I don't know if y'all see the white tee people trying to destroy that, man. But 8 years later, a hotel released this video, right? It's damn near past statutes of limitations for that shit, for battery, right? So that case ain't even, that shit beat, unless they trying to just force that into like some type of RICO or something. Other than that, how did they just come from nowhere 8 years later with this video, right? Nobody's asking questions. You just got mostly all the black community. You motherfuckers ain't shit. I'm just saying and tell y'all the truth. You can tell that you the same motherfuckers that killed the so-called Jesus. Look how y'all crucify y'all own people, y'all own motherfucking people, without doing any type of research, any shit, any nothing. Now, true enough, the man did what he did. Okay, motherfucker. But who put this information out here? How CNN leaking videos from 8 years? How did they get that? Do you know that shit record like some head people had that video. They've been holding that motherfucker. They probably trying to blackmail it. Any motherfucking things, like, y'all not looking at the whole bigger picture. They just dropped the news and everybody, oh, he cooked, he done. And all you see saying this is black motherfuckers. I'm trying to figure out. That's the same shit. Like the book say, while all this going on, y'all talking about this shit, none of that shit matters. You're going to die from natural disaster. I don't know if you fucking know this. I don't know if y'all know this. But if it ain't by the hands of your own people or some type of natural causes, natural disaster is going to kill you. It's sooner or later. It's finna kill the whole fucking land. I don't know if y'all know how serious this is, but talking about dog and all that, and how they trying to throw the media off, like throw the public, the public off with, oh, such and such tape just released. Who gives a fuck? Like, you got the whole world sharing this shit, but you know what the whole world not sharing? Windows in high rises blew out in buildings and shit, multi-million-dollar businesses and shit, real estate companies and shit. Windows blew all out from wind. Fucking half sides of buildings missing, all down in Houston, trees down. You know what they not showing you all that. They not showing the whole world. And then how the same systems just moved into Florida right now. Right now as we speak. These are some of the same systems. They not showing you all this, but they showing you all that shit to throw you off. They don't want you to see that destruction is coming, because destruction is coming. The whole just watch the rest of May leading into June. Just watch the weather. It's all there. It's all like, you can go see the weather right now, all the way for like 2 weeks from now. Go look at what's happening. Go look at what's taking place, and you tell me if that shit ain't frightening. Like, you mean it? They done made it. It done become a normal, people. I don't know if y'all understand this. It done become a normal where there ain't a day that goes by where there ain't no type of severe weather in the United States somewhere. Whether it's Texas, Tennessee, fucking California, Nebraska, Iowa. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all see this shit, but this is an everyday thing. Everyday thing. And it's going to only continue to accelerate. And you motherfuckers going to keep on letting the mass media throw you off instead of seeing these tornadoes and severe weather and flooding and shit. I don't know if y'all seen this shit, but last year, just pay attention, right? Because these same places, the same places gonna flood. Just mark my word. Remember what I tell you. Because these are hot spots. That's why it keep happening over, but nobody is paying attention. Now watch this. Watch this summer. I'm gonna tell you everywhere that's gonna flood. And y'all, and it's like I'm a psychic, but the whole time it happened last year. So it's all just gonna accelerate. It's gonna keep happening in these same spots, because the spots that the severe weather happened at, them the spots that's hot. Those are places you need to get the fuck from out of. Because those places ain't, they gonna keep getting hit with severe thunderstorms, floods, whatever, tornadoes, hurricane might come through, wipe some of you motherfuckers out. They hot spots. But you people need to get up out of there. This shit's so crazy, I don't even know what to say, man. Because y'all, motherfucker only got so long before this shit happened. Just watch, just pay attention to what happened to Florida within the next couple of days. Just watch. All the way up into it's gonna be a system. These are systems. Fuck what people talking about. These are energy systems. Okay, they come in throughout the West Coast. That one that was just on Texas, that motherfucker sat there for a minute, like a month. I don't know. Y'all didn't see this shit? Nobody seen this? Now it's all up in through Florida, making its way. It's gonna make its way up the East Coast. This is a system. This is an energy system. Damn near came off the water. Thunderstorms, tornadoes, flooding, all this and that. It literally poured rain on your ass, like a month's worth of rain that came out the water and then evaporate, move somewhere else, do the same shit. Nobody paying attention to that shit. Crazy, man. But that's a whole nother story. Anyway, so watch this. You're gonna have Virginia, Vermont, fucking New York, fucking Jersey, all these different places gonna be getting flooded. Just mark my word. All the way up from Virginia on down, gonna be getting flooded. Like severe thunderstorms, tornadoes, floods and shit. All these different places. Just like last year when Florida had that little light flood. They had that flood, remember? You look through the streets, all the streets fucking was flooded and shit. Them again. You know what I'm saying? New Orleans. I mean, like Louisiana. Different parts of Louisiana. Severe thunderstorms, floods and shit. Like, remember, all you guys used to have to worry about was fucking hurricanes. Remember that? You never had to worry about 20, 30 tornadoes and shit like. All you was worried about around a certain parts of the year was hurricanes. Now, it's hurricanes and tornadoes. Now just watch the next 2-3 days, probably about 3-4 days. Watch Louisiana and Texas. Just watch the system. It's a system. Just watch. It's gonna be all on the news and shit. It's gonna be the same shit. The same shit that just happened in Texas. Just watch. Same shit. And then when I come back, then y'all can comment on this video, this old video, why this shit is happening, because it's happening. All right, this ain't nothing. No, this ain't none of that shit no more. To where we, oh, such coming and this is coming. No, that shit is dead. We gone past that. We done walked over that shit. This is happening. So when as this shit happens, the next couple days, right now, it's happening right now as we speak. It'll begin. It's happening right now as we speak. So 3-4 days from now, I'm gonna come back. And we gonna see what happened. We gonna see. And hopefully you motherfuckers start watching and paying attention, because I'm on here ahead of time now. I'm here ahead of time, way before the shit even happened. Just like the shit happened in Texas, all that shit. I'm here ahead of time now. So come back 3-4 days, 5 days from now, we gonna see what these systems have done. And y'all gonna see. Y'all like, yeah, dude, no, y'all gonna see. This ain't no fake shit. This ain't a game. I know a lot of y'all like to think. A lot of shit is a conspiracy. But nah. This conspiracy theory is done. You see this? This conspiracy is done right here. You feel me? This shit is real. When they talk about the average magnitude earthquakes continue to increase, they know that's happening for sure because of the ongoing fucking solar flares, right? They talk about the hurricanes and tornadoes. Hurricanes and tornadoes will be far more powerful. That's why I sit here and I tell y'all, I know. I'm watching it. Fucking weather patterns will be more extreme all around the world. We watching that. That's what's taking place now. We have some fucking extremely violent, freaked out ass weather, and it ain't only here. This shit is all around the world. Then we have Texas flooding like a motherfucker. Severe flood and life-threatening floods and shit. 5 motherfuckers done died already from the storms, right? So then they go on to say the more prolonged droughts and periods of severe rainfall will no longer be the exception, right? That's what's happening there. They will be the rule. Consequently, global weather patterns will reverse themselves, and this is what's happening in Texas. Where there was rain, there will be drought, vice versa. Now, you remember Texas is a dry place. I just was down in Houston. They rain a lot, don't get me wrong, but certain places, certain areas in Texas, the state of Texas is drought founded. They be drying up, lakes dry up and shit like that. All that be hot as a motherfucker. They have heat advisories. They can't use the water certain parts of the year, all type of shit. So you can't tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. This shit is happening. The global weather patterns have begun to reverse themselves, just like these motherfuckers said. Just like they said. Just like they said, man. Then they go on. Tell us the truth, man. Global weather patterns will become violent as summer and winter merge into a single season, right? We still dropping down to 50 degrees here in Wisconsin, damn near June. We still doing that. 50 degrees, you still need a coat on certain days. You know what I'm saying? Major coastal cities, this is what I was talking about right here. When it comes to them hurricanes and the hurricane force wind. Major coastal cities will be ground to pieces under angry seas. Them storms, man. Them storms. So y'all think that shit is a game. They a motherfucking playing. All of the East Coast states and Gulf. What they say with the flooding, right? They say the United States will be flooded, not completely, but the coast of California will be gone, just gone, motherfucker. As well as the Gulf Coast states. The Gulf Coast and all the East Coast states will be flooded. Plus the Missouri River will be flooded all the way up to the Michigan Lakes. They already know with the level of the fucking water rising right now. It's gonna get dangerous out here, man. It's gonna get dangerous, man. This shit you just getting your warnings right now from all the, if you not in the places that this shit happening, take this shit as a warning. Like what you just seen happen in Texas. You know you ain't never seen no shit like that. Yet the whole state of Texas ain't never seen nothing like that. So what y'all watching, you gotta ask yourself, damn, what's coming for us? Like, you know, especially if you're on them hot spots that them flooded already. You remember last year we had Vegas flood, we had Atlanta. Remember Atlanta flooded? Remember them kids in them HBCUs was on top of them cars and shit? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember now, right? I know y'all remember. Because them same fucking places is going to flood again. Illinois, flooded. All down in the hood and shit. All damn near down. All them, y'all remember this shit? Or y'all don't remember? Maybe some of y'all don't remember, man. You need your memory refreshed. But don't worry, you're going to get a quick review, a quick retake on that shit because it's coming again. It's going to happen again. This is for sure. This ain't no shit that I'm just sitting here trying to force on y'all to believe. These motherfucking hurricanes and tornadoes is going to be far more powerful than they ever have. You get on the news right now, you going to look. You just go look and you hear them talk about how this shit accelerated. They be like, damn, this shit like it look like it's accelerated. They using these words. That's why I try to give y'all the same word that they use because they like it accelerated. But I'm saying that the shit increased. I'm like, just regular. Oh, it increased. Oh, this and that. The whole time, shit accelerated. That's what I'm saying. That's. Shit accelerated, man. That's crazy. But yeah, though, man. Shit finna get real wild, man. So if you're in these spots, take this shit, how you want to take it. But if you're in Vegas, fucking Vermont, Virginia, New York, Jersey, all them places, Newark, motherfucking Florida, Louisiana, Texas, you gotta be prepared for this shit. What's happening? Because it's definitely on y'all right now until these systems move around. But they coming back. Like California, y'all gonna see, they gonna be coming off the watch. Just watch. They call atmospheric rivers. Watch. Y'all gonna see. The motherfuckers gonna be coming. They gonna get to coming out of nowhere. Right. This is what's crazy. Cause last year it kept being, they kept coming in through California and then working their way up or either down. You know what I'm saying? Going east, southeast, shit like that. But now it's like, I don't know if that storm came from under Texas on them like that, or if it came from over and down. Like, that's what y'all gotta be, them energy systems coming off the water, man. Yeah, they coming. I just had this map. I mean, this news article that's showing the hurricanes, like the energy from, man, y'all got to, I can't even explain. You got to see this shit. Like, they already got them made out in the water, like multiple hurricanes happening at one time. This is what I'm saying. This is going to be probably the activest hurricane season you don't ever seen. I don't even know if that's a word. But you gonna see this shit gonna be crazy. They already got them like one hurricane, two, right by each other though. Like, before the season even started, before August even get here, they got this shit already, and they said it. It's gonna be, because they said La Nina, I think, was in the south now, which is some bullshit. It's bullshit. The same energy systems. It's kind of bullshit. That's why a lot of the people were selling their houses. Remember how the insurance companies was pulling out of Florida last year? Ask yourself, right? Y'all remember this, right? How all them insurance companies was pulling out of Florida, and then they started pulling out of California. And that's because these fucking hurricanes is coming, man. They know that they, just like they tell you that all the peoples that's living, those who will be living near the boundaries, right? The boundary plates, without mountains as backdrops, will be washed out to sea. Very high, when they talk about that shit, the very high hurricane. Now, Now that very high force wind, that's all we already seen that happen. That's happening daily. That high hurricane force wind, right? That's why they be such and such high wind of 100 miles per hour. Blah, they such and such. Yeah, that high hurricane force wind though, man. People starting to experience that already. See, this is just what they just telling us how things will increase by these years, by the time, as this motherfucker draws nearer, okay? So, right now, the magnetic poles is shifting towards Russia. This is what, all of this war gonna be about. This war ain't gonna be, for those of y'all that don't know what's currently taking place, man, there's gonna be a lot of loss of life and a lot of loss of land. So, the war is literally over land and fucking fresh water. This is what the war is. They want y'all to think that this shit is over Ukraine. It really is, because Russia, the magnetic poles are headed towards Russia, right? At an amount of 40 miles per hour. This is what they say. 40 miles per year. This is what they say, right? And this was 10, 20 years ago. They literally got in here word for word that Russia was finna take the Ukraine and all this and that, and how the war was finna start. How would they know this shit 10, 20 years ago? How would the fuck these people in this book knew that? Because Russia just took Ukraine like 2 years ago. Remember? Y'all remember this shit, right? How would they know this? Right? So they say the magnetic poles have been shifting towards Russia, right? I'm gonna let y'all see it. Matter of fact, y'all get to see it. Fuck it. So this is what the war is about. The magnetic poles have been shifting towards Russia at a rate of over 40 miles per year. But when the object arrives, the physical poles will shift, creating a variety of tsunamis and hyper earthquakes, right? So that's what they say. Right? They tell you that the magnetic poles was shifting towards Russia. This is where they say Russia was going to take the Ukraine, right? So then they go on to say, Pope John Paul suggested in the past that world communism, major powers of which are Russia and China, would make some hostile moves if they knew the secret of the incoming system. Remember? This is what I told you. This shit is over land. They said Father Malachi agreed and wrote in his book, The Keys of This Blood, were the leaders of the Lionist Party. Y'all know who this is. The Lionist Party state to know these words, they would in all probability decide to undertake certain territorial and militaristic moves against which the West could have any means of resisting. Then they go on and say an invasion of Central Europe, South Asia, which is like Taiwan and shit, in the Middle East would probably occur at the same time by Russia and China. This is the reason why the Russians are preparing to invade Ukraine. And they did. They did. You motherfuckers can't know. Now, one thing that I'm saying, listen, if you don't want a motherfucker to know something, put it in the book. Because they can kill you, take you out. You be a whistleblower, they know you scared, they just know, man, they know who gonna break and who ain't, or if you said some shit, or if you ain't, or if you running your mouth, or what shit to leak, they know. So these motherfuckers could be dead who published these books, because they got names, they putting receipts on shit. This ain't no fiction, this ain't none of that fairy tale ass shit, man, that, you could go read and shit, this ain't that, this shit is real. This shit, that's why I'm sitting here reading all the storms and all the. But you ask yourself, if this ain't real, right? Why the fuck is this in here? If this ain't real. Then they talk about Florida, right? Y'all see what's going on with Florida. They talk about Florida. Florida highest valuation is approximately 105 meters in the Florida Panhandle. They say this part of the state may survive. As for Central Florida, South Florida, the Florida Keys, and they say all these parts will be devastated by tides of water. They know what's coming, fam. Then they go on, right? Why is this in here? Why this in here? Ask yourself why that's in there, right? See what they say? See what that say right there? See that? Y'all see that? Right? In the blue, classification of the solar flares. Why that's in there? Right? Ask yourself. I just ask yourself, why the fuck? So then they go on, right? I ain't got to keep explaining. I explain this shit on every fucking video just for y'all to try to get it. They go on to explain how these solar flares will start out of nowhere. Like, just start. Like, the solar activity would increase. They talk about that. Then they get to talking about the seismic activity because they saying the solar activity is what's leading to the seismic and the volcanic activity. This is what I'm telling you, motherfuckers. These people are 100% right on what they saying because we having all these flares, all this energy come off the sun, right, during this time. And the whole time this is happening, we watch big earthquakes is coming. Y'all see all them big X-class flares that just came? X8 point such and such. All these big ass, the X's. Just pay attention. And only so long, big earthquakes coming. Like 7.5s, 6.8s and shit. Probably a fucking 8, damn near 9s. All that shit coming. Probably within the next, probably days. 30 days to a month. 15 days. Because it's all about how that energy take along. Because that's energy. They say this shit is like nuclear bombs. This is what they say. It take a certain amount of time to get here. I don't know how it worked within the surface of the land with the, the seismic activity and shit, but I know that they know for sure that this is the cause of that shit. So y'all pay attention to different places over there. Probably over here. We probably get hit. That's what they keep saying, like, that's, as that shit increase, that's why they keep saying California, right? As it increased, the solar flares, right? As these motherfuckers increase, in this section, we'll examine the sun states, California, Arizona, and Florida, right? They say California is composed of rock plates. When a rock is compressed, it breaks, and you'll see the crumbling of the rock as it masses upwards, as its mass is pushed upwards. The West Coast will have catastrophic. My bad. The West Coast will have catastrophic changes that will combine in a proportion of tidal waves that will assault the coastline. High hurricane force winds will erode the coast. Earthquakes will occur on the fault lines. Volcanic activity will erupt over pools of magma. Forest fires. I told y'all the forest fires. My bad. Hold on. I really don't even fuck with YouTube like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't really even be on YouTube like this. It ain't that interesting. Because when I'm on TikTok, I be having like 300 motherfuckers watching that one time. Shit. On TikTok, on YouTube, there don't really be that many people on here. Not on the live. TikTok is known for that shit. TikTok known for the live. Oh, they say this is the safest places right here. The Ozarks, northern Arkansas, southern Missouri, right? They say them the safest places. Colorado, very safe, right? And that's because they up there high mountains. So Colorado is safe. But anyway, they say California is highly dangerous in the primary long term and riding out the shifts. These fucking pole shifts that's taking place. They say it will be for those living there. I told y'all, living in them boundary places. They gonna be fucked. Then they talk about Florida. Florida being devastated. Florida. They gone, man. Right? Then they talk about Tucson. Around Tucson is safe. They said it's surrounded by mountains. Rainwater just runs back into the lowlands. Flash floods may create lakes, but Arizona is well beyond any danger from tidal waves. So Arizona, safe. Arizona, another safe place. Tucson. All right? A lot of this shit gonna be gone. They said Wisconsin gonna be totally gone. Gone. Like totally gone. Because the Missouri River gonna flow. They say all the Great Lakes go connect. This shit is crazy. They literally talk about this. This shit is happening right now as we speak. This is what's so crazy, fam. People don't understand because they don't, you know, this part right here, this 7 years, man, we passed this 7 years, people. This object is here now, okay? Because they said 7 years prior to it coming. So for the last couple of years, this is how we know it's here, because they gave us 2000 and, what do you say, 2020, 2015 and 2025. They won't give us the exact dates. He indicated that it will appear between 2015 and 2025. The exact date is a secret hidden in the archives of the Vatican, right? So then he go on to say the object, right, because of how big it is, and we know that it's here because it eclipsed the sun. The first time it eclipsed the sun was 2017. That's when it arrived. Then it eclipsed the sun just now again. Okay, that's the object. That one is the moon that eclipsed the sun. That was the object. Okay, the object is like 10 times the size of Earth. All right, that's what they mean when it has a high mass and a high level of magnetism. All right, and it disrupts the surface of any planet that it passes prior years 7 years prior to its passage. Its electromagnetic influence changes the core of the Earth. And this already done took place. That major part right there. This the part that we're watching. Major weather changes. All right, like the shit you just seen in Texas. All right, shit you ain't never seen before. Freakish weather. Right. Then seismic activity. Okay, that's what I was talking about, the seismic activity with the earthquakes and shit. You watching that. The volcanic activity, the volcanic eruptions and shit. Unexplained sinkholes, bizarre weather. You know, a lot of people ain't gonna understand this shit, man. A lot of motherfuckers gonna be, oh, they think it's fake. Because for a long time, you've been told what? That the such and such, that the so-called planet X, and I ain't talking, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those motherfuckers because I study enough to understand that some of this shit is not what we think. All right, just like the Bible, all these things are written in metaphors, and a lot of the things that you hear about is about the stars and the sun. It's all metaphoric. I don't know how to put this shit, but I'm not one of those people that's, oh, the Anunnaki come. Ain't nobody listen. Oh, now on all of these, listen to what I tell y'all. On all of the records that I have, all the accounts, records, everything that I have read, including this, motherfucker, including this, everything that I have studied and read, including this right here, right? This is the Cobra Bible. You see how I look? Y'all see how the motherfuckers look? Now, don't nothing tell you, right? And this is real shit. Fuck what Zachariah shit just talking about. I don't know what dog was talking about. Dog, that's why I say I don't know what buddy was on. But ain't nobody getting off this motherfucker. Like, ain't no, all the internet, bro, no. Ain't none of that shit, none of that. When this motherfucker come through, it just keep going. And it's gonna pull. Like, it's gonna pull. It's gonna pull us to like a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? They already know this. They just got us so they want all of us to have these different stories and different, oh, such and such, no motherfucker finna come and get off or come kidnap you or stop in spaceship. None of that shit, man. So y'all can get that out your head. Because the only thing they talk about is destruction of the land. That's it. Like, as it comes through, because they say that when it comes, like when it arrives into our solar system and shit, it got other things with it, like other moons, satellites, and other shit orbiting it. It got its own shit with it. So as it arrives into our atmosphere and shit, right, it causes this destruction as it comes through and get close. And it goes around, I guess it comes around every 155 days, like it make its mark by the earth. This shit is real. When it arrives. So every time it come around, it's getting closer and closer. It's here. Ain't no, it's coming, no, this shit is here. This is for sure. Because you can't, like I try to tell y'all, you can't tell me that it's not here. And 7 years ago, right? I'm gonna just show y'all the cover, right? Look at the cover. Look, right? 7 years ago, right? Now watch this. Watch. Look when they said it will be seen. It will be seen. Where it will be seen, right? Where it will be seen. Now pay attention. This how you know it eclipsed the sun. They know. Everybody know that it is here. Everybody know that this motherfucker is here. And it eclipsed the sun. They say it will rise with the sun when it first arrives. Because it's gonna be orbiting the sun. So when it come into our solar system, it's gonna rise with the sun. This how we gonna know it's here. And it's here. They say it will rise with the sun at sunrise in the east. And it will look like a new star in the heavens. Right? They say, but as the days go by, it will grow bigger and bigger, and then it will eventually eclipse the sun. Right? So that's the first time. When it first made it here, like 2000, probably 17, whatever, when that first eclipse happened. Remember? These eclipses that's happening, this is nothing like your regular eclipse. These eclipses that the last two that we just experienced. That's because this motherfucker that's coming in front of the sun. But they tell you, they let you know. Now this book old as shit. Look how thin it is. Look at that. So they say it will grow bigger and bigger, and eventually eclipse the sun. They say it is a planet larger than Jupiter and red in color. It has a comet-like tail of debris, and it had moons with it, right? So I don't know what the fucking they call them, strange omens or some shit. It's like the signs in the sky with the planet. I guess this is how they come up with the red Kachina, blue Kachina shit. Because I guess the first star come, which when it eclipses the sun the first time, and then the second star, this just means destruction is here. This is what's so crazy, because if this is what they saying, this explains why the storms and all this shit is accelerating, because the Hopi prophecy literally tell you that the two brothers, who the fuck y'all think the two brothers is? The two brothers is the two eclipses that you just seen. I mean, it's all metaphorical. So they tell you that the first brother, y'all got to go listen to that shit, because you really couldn't understand it until now. You can really understand this shit until now. So this explains the weather, like the weather has increased, because it ain't only here. Go look at China. China is being fucking destroyed, man. I don't know. It's like Europe, fucking they just had that big ass hill in Germany, like giant hill. Y'all gotta see this shit for real. But so they say it rose with the sun in the east when it first came, right? It brought these satellites with it. Right? Because you can go see videos of motherfuckers showing the eclipse and the moon is right next to the sun. So how the moon eclipsing the sun? Explain this shit. Explain it. I mean, right? Then they tell you what month, right? Before they even say it's gonna eclipse the sun, they tell us what month it was. They give us a time frame, and they said if it don't happen then it's gonna happen at least 3 years after that. So they still was off. Well, no, they wasn't. No, they wasn't, because it still happened in 2017. It did. Now, listen, they said, I found the figures varied as of its coming. Now, how would they know this? How the fuck would they know this? They say the dominant consensus, whatever the fuck, is that it will be seen by the naked eye, December 2016, but it will grow bigger until March or April, right? Which, that's what it just did now. But the last time that it eclipsed the sun, the first time, remember? When it first came, 2017. I don't know if y'all remember this. That's why they say X marks the spot. Y'all hear how the motherfuckers, X mark. They kind of got some type of clue to what they talking about, but they don't know what the fuck they talking about. When you think about it, they do know. But they make you think that this is all the United States. No, this is a worldwide event that is currently taking place. I don't know if the sign, like, maybe that's how the Hopi Indians or whoever they was, maybe that's how they knew when it happened before it happened then, because that first eclipse happened, then that second eclipse happened. You know what I'm saying? Because they probably never seen the eclipse directly over the United States. So that's where the Hopi prophecy come from. The first brother came, sat there, and watched. This is, you got to remember, these motherfuckers studied the stars. This is where you got astrology from, mathematics, all this shit. So they studied the stars and shit. They studied the heavens. Back then, they didn't have no electrical clock, like with a battery. So, you know what was the clock? The sun. So the sun was the only clock that they had. And it was night and day. So they watched the stars change. They watched certain shit happen. This is what I'm saying. When you listening to certain shit, even when it comes to the Bible, it's all written off of the universe. It's all, they not talking about men in certain parts of that shit. Like, it sounds like it, but they not. They not. This shit is not about, this is about the universe. That's why they keep showing us all the alignments, right? At what time? Now I got pages missing and shit, but they show us at what time, certain times. See how it's way down there. That's where it started at. How it was coming up, then it ended up right here. Fuck. It ended up right there, right? See how it ended up right there, right? So it ended up right there. Damn, I got a page missing. I don't know where the fuck it's at now, but I know on this page, it's up here. See? Right there. See how it's right there? So at certain times, when it's shooting around the sun and shit, it's causing all of what they say. Right here. Right? It's causing all of this. Global weather patterns will become violent. Summer, winter merge into spring, into a single season. And they talk about the natural cataclysm. Natural cataclysms such as supervolcano eruptions, magnitude 9 earthquakes along major fault lines and tsunamis will occur at a breathtaking pace. They talk about all that shit. And they talk about the CMEs, right? Remember, it's classified over here. They talk about the solar flares, right? It's the same shit that they talking about. They just have it classified. The classified solar flares, the M and X class solar flares that will start to occur, right? Is what you're seeing right now. So, here we go. As the Earth approaches a position between the object and the sun, a serious risk emerges that we will be struck by electrical discharges between the two giants. This will cause extremely violent electrical atmospheric effects on the Earth because solar superstorms would unleash terrible CMEs, eruptions, which is currently happening right now. This is happening right now, right? So they show how the alignment's gonna be taking place with the object. Say the object. When it's on a certain y'all just gotta just look into this shit, man. You ain't even gotta look into it. Just look at the weather. Just look at the weather of how things accelerated after this last eclipse. I'm telling you. That's why I kept getting on when I was on the, I don't know if y'all see me on the TikTok, but when I was on the TikTok and shit, I'm telling motherfuckers, like, y'all ain't got to worry about the eclipse because I'm reading in the Coburn Bible, right? This is real shit. I'm reading the Coburn Bible, and I done read that bitch from the front to the back. And they said the last days, they said the first days, all right, this is the Coburn Bible connection right here. They say the dark days. That's what they say. See, I could have just lied to y'all, motherfuckers. I don't know what the fuck they said. But they say the dark days begin with the last visitation. The last days. No, they said the dark days begin with the last visitation of the destroyer. They said they were foretold, right? That's what they said. That's why I told y'all, like, them eclipses mean, they said they was foretold by strange omens in the skies, right? I don't know if y'all get that shit, right? But this is what you're watching. Because when you go to them other books, they make you want to stay away from this shit because how they wrote it. It made it sound like it's about men and how it's all sounding like a fairy tale. But when you go read that shit now, it's all making sense. Like, it all makes sense. Like, especially when you read the Coburn Bible, because the Coburn breaks down these things before, like, let me show you. Like the Bible makes shit sound kind of weird. But you see, the Coburn talks about, it breaks it down. You see, The Cobra is about the people from the Bible that you read, right? It's about the Hebrews, right? And the Exodus. The Exodus. This is what the Cobra Bible is about, okay? The Egyptian text. All right. Then you go over here and you see this right here, right? Several accounts describe the object in orbit around our sun called the destroyer, right? Right. So now we know you go into this motherfucker, they get to talking about the same God that you worship, and this is where you get to finding the lies at. This is where the lies come in at. This is what fucks you up when you go into here. Because now you know that we've been lied to, right? And I'm gonna show you all this shit, man. I usually don't do this no more. I guess there's something to show you all, man. I ain't got no choice now. Shit. But let's see. You go into this, right? You hear about all that shit from the Bible. They don't break down the Exodus and all that, how they try to make it seem like Moses parted the Red Sea and all that. That shit is lies. This is the real shit. These people was here. These are the witnesses. These are them people. So they go on to tell you that it is known, and the story comes down from the ancient times, that there was not one creation, but two creations, a recreation and a recreation. They say there's a fact known to the wise that the earth was utterly destroyed once and reborn on the second wheel of creation. And then they go on to talk about this shit. So this is where it makes sense at. This is where you get your fucking sense. Right here. Your sense of the devil, your sense of God, all this shit. Because they even tell you that. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show you. At the time of the great destruction of the earth, God caused the dragon from out of heaven to come and encompass her about. The dragon was frightful to behold, and it lashed its tail. It breathed out fire and coals, and great catastrophe was afflicted upon mankind. Right? So, this dragon that they talk about, this dragon is the Planet X system, right? And how will we know that? You go deep into this motherfucker, they break down all that shit, right? They break it down, man. Right here. They break this shit down. First, let me show you the Bible. Let me show you how this motherfucker. This is where you get this from. This is how God destroyed the world. It's like they got it in the Bible like it's coded, like they don't want us to know. But I broke it. I know what the fuck is going on. They don't want us to know that natural disaster literally plagues the land, right? So certain shit they translated. They try to take out, but they didn't. When they left this is how you know what's taking place. So this is that right there, right? So they go on to say that the lion has come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. He's gone forth from his place to make thy land desolate, right? And thy cities shall be laid waste without inhabitant. So you go on, right? The destroyer. Like, what the fuck? They don't ever talk about that in the Bible, but this is in the book of Jeremiah. So you go to the book of Jeremiah, talk about this motherfucker more than once. So the destroyer. What the fuck is the destroyer? Right? Go to the Cobra Bible, the doom shape called the destroyer. The destroyer in Egypt, right? Where was these motherfuckers at? They was in Egypt. That first captivity took place in Egypt with Moses and these people. These people was in Egypt. These are the same fucking people. So the doom shape called the destroyer in Egypt was seen in all the lands thereabout. In color, it was bright and fiery. In appearance, it was changing and unstable. It twisted itself like a coil, like water bubbling into a pool from an underground supply. And all men agreed that it was the most fearsome sight. It was not now this is how you know that it's in the sky, around the sun somewhere, right? This don't take a fucking scientist to understand this shit. It was not a great comet or a loosened star, so you know it's in the sky, being more like a fiery body of flame. Then they go on, they tell you exactly where it's at. Its movements were slow, below it swirled in a manner of smoke, and it remained close to the sun, whose face it hid. So the sun is hiding the motherfucker. All right? It's in the sky right now. It came, but the sun, due to the sun being so bright, it's hiding it. And then at the same time, while it's hiding it, they hiding our sun. Ain't that some shit? This is some real shit. I bullshit you not. Our sun is letting off all of these solar flares and energy and shit. So right now they spraying the sky with the chemtrails, and the chemtrails is blocking out certain sun rays and light spectrum from the sun. Right? That's what they doing. But, right, while they doing that, these motherfuckers done raised a solar, they done damn near raised like a sun simulator. I bullshit you not. They put a sun simulator in rotation with our sun. It's a sun like simulator going around. I don't know how they did this. I don't know the technology that they got. These motherfuckers cold. But that big ass light, that LED looking ass light, when you look up, that's not the sun. It's probably the sun up there around that motherfucker, like it's up there. But they blocking it out. Not blocking it like so much to where they covering it because they can't cover it. But they blocking it. Like it's like the fucking chemtrails. Right now, it's the best time to understand what a chemtrail is. Because when you was growing up, you didn't know. It was just big ass theory. Oh, chemtrails, this and that and all that. You thought they were trying to kill us and shit, and they spraying the skies and all. But then, that didn't make sense. Because why would they spray the sky with some shit they gonna get right off the plane and go walking through themselves and shit? Like, it don't make sense. So the chemtrails, for a long time, they've been perfecting because this time was coming. They knew that this was coming. They remember the global warming. Remember when they was pushing that global warming shit back like 20 years ago? All you hear is global warming this, global warming that. And global warming goes straight from global warming to climate change, right? So they've been perfecting all of the things that they doing right now for this very time right here. But it ain't working. That shit ain't working. And that's probably how the people felt. Because this shit that happened over and over again. Like, people have been at their heights in technology. At their heights. And this shit then came and ruined them. Changed the land. This shit bring forth, when the thing come, right? The motherfucker, it makes plague. Like, it starts plague. Like, I bullshit you not. When you go read this shit, right? Watch this. I'm going to show y'all every word for word. The motherfucker starts plagues. Like, when it come, like the land start to flood and shit so much, so when it start to flood, the ground can't till, right? Like, it can't till itself, like it can't, like it said the ground become right, like this, the soil become, watch this, I'm gonna show y'all this shit. It literally say that, right? It say that shit. Let me show you them other sons and shit too. Let me see. To show y'all this, man. They really say this shit. Right here. Right here. Now look. It says, the days of the years were shortened, right? And that's what it seemed like. I bullshit you not. Time flying fast as a motherfucker. We already in the middle, damn near in the middle of this year, right? I mean, we already in the middle. Yeah, we is. That shit crazy, man. We already in the middle of this year. And that's a crazy thing. Damn. My bad. I had to grab a water. Now, look, time flying fast as a motherfucker, people. They say the days of the years were shortened, and the times of all things altered. They say the seasons were turned around. Ain't that what they said? Ain't that what them scientists said, man? That's how I know, because this the Coburn Bible right here. This ain't even scientists. Now these right here, these are scientists. Motherfucking scientists was saying this shit. Look, see how they say that the weather patterns will be more extreme all around the world, and then they go on to say that the global weather patterns will reverse themselves. See that shit? Then you go to the Coburn Bible, they tell you this shit, but they don't tell you the results of what. Well, yes, they do. They tell you about all that. They do. I ain't gonna lie. Just like they do. That's what I'm saying. Science and the Bible go hand in hand, man. All of these different old texts and shit, these 1,000-year-old books, this shit real. Now look what they say. Now this the Coburn Bible, 21st Century Masters Edition. The days of the years were shortened, and the times of all things altered. The seasons were turned around, so that the seed rotted within the soil, and no green shoots came forth to greet the day. You see that shit? Y'all see that? So then they go on to tell you, right? This motherfucker caused all these plagues, right? Because of that shit, right? Hold on, let me see. They tell you it caused all these plagues, and the fishes in the seas died and shit because of the pollution that was coming in, right? Let me see. What the fuck is that? It's crazy, man. I know, you know, it's crazy. But it's real, man. This shit's real. The fishes in the seas died in the polluted, the fishes in the seas died in the polluted waters, and insects. Y'all hear how they talk about? Just watch, fam. Just watch how all these fishes and shit start dying, and then they gonna say it's the oceans heating up and shit. It is, but it's also the pollutions and shit from the volcanoes and the gas and shit going off. So they tell you that the insects and reptiles sprang up from the earth in huge numbers, and great gusts of wind brought forth locusts which covered the sky, as the destroyer flung itself through the heavens and blew great gusts of cinders across the face of the land, right? Then they go on and talk about that's the meteors and shit, right? They didn't know back then, because, you know, you see how they writing that shit. You know, this is about thousands of years ago. But now that we know what we up against, you see the meteors, more people reporting meteors than ever, you know, ever. Just look around. You're going to see. You're going to watch TikTok and shit. You're going to see. And then certain meteors, they be looking like shooting stars and shit, or whatever the fuck that shit is coming off of that motherfucker. It's coming off of here, bro, for sure. All of that shit. That's why it's an increase in that. You know what I'm saying? They gonna say we going into some type of force tail. I forget the fucking that name of that shit, but they gonna say we going into a shower, that media shower. That's what they gonna say. Sooner or later, they gonna have to admit that shit, because we gonna go into the tail. I don't know how devastating that shit gonna be, or if they gonna even admit it, but ain't no more faking like it ain't here. The shit is here, man. This every word for word from every book that I'm reading. Just watch the weather. Just watch the weather continue to increase, and the whole everything is together. Like they keep saying, the seismic activity, volcanic activity, the solar activity, the weather, all this shit is together. All this is together. So you're gonna see solar flares keep happening. You're gonna see fucking volcanoes keep going off bigger and bigger. You're gonna see earthquakes keep going off. You're gonna see weather keep going crazy. You're gonna see the bugs coming from out of, like, you know, like how they say, they got on the news and they like, oh, these cicadas coming from out of the ground. This ain't who ain't came from out of the ground in 200 years. Plagues. You're gonna see the plagues of the fucking bugs, birds falling out the sky and shit. Crazy shit. Because they talk about the magnetic force, the magnetic field, right? They talk about this shit. So they tell us right before the tilt, right? Right before this motherfucker get to shooting around, right? The birds, them fucking birds, the deaths of the birds, right? Because they tell you that the gravitational pull gonna result in what we seeing now. Like you see how the aurora borealis all down south and shit like that. Now, my theory, this is my theory, like the thing is coming through, steady coming through and shit. And when they come through, it tilts us on the, I guess it's tilting us on some type of angle, which is causing the aurora borealis to appear down south. And it's the not the physical pose, but the magnetic pose that's doing this shit, right? So it's causing the aurora borealis, or it might tilt us just a little bit every year, and it's causing it to go down south now, because that's about to be shit. That's about to be something new. It's about to be new down there. Like, you're about to experience new weather. Like, it's about to be changes. New type of trees is coming. New bugs. New, because when you alter some shit, right? You alter nature and all that shit, it start producing things different. So different bugs, different trees, different shit. We gonna start to see shit we never seen. Like, if we here to experience it, like, you gonna see bugs you never seen, and they gonna be, oh, this bug. That shit ain't never existed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Because as we change, if we, I'm pretty sure we live through it, because we here now. So how would we be here now if we didn't live through it already? You know what I'm saying? Life does not be extinct. This some more shit that they don't tell you, that it's gonna be loss of life, like a lot by the off the coast and certain parts of off fault lines, and it's gonna be a lot of loss of life. It is. They talk about that. They say 2/3. That's what the government feel. Like 2/3 of the whole population of the planet gonna perish. That's what they saying. You know what I'm saying? But people gonna live. You get what I'm saying? It's just shit. Technology gonna be gone. It's gonna destroy us as far as fry everything we know, everything that we got. It's gonna stop. It's gonna cease to exist. Like, if that solar flash happened, like they say it is, because they the ones saying that it's gonna happen. You got people, the fake woke motherfuckers. They out here. They trying to tell you some shit. Oh, this and that. They trying to say some shit. But other than that, shit, these motherfuckers telling you that. They telling us that it's gonna, it's gonna be a solar flash. We just ain't watching. I mean, listening. But they telling us, when they telling us about all the X-class flares and, oh, this has never happened, or blah, this is, like, bitch, what you mean it's never happened? You got 7, 8 X-class flares going off the sun, and we ain't even in solar maximum. So they know big shit coming. You should know something big is coming. The way that this shit is coming off the sun. So if the solar flash happens, that happens. My bad. I'm looking at the fucking time. Hold on. If that shit so happen to happen, man, you just gotta be prepared, man.